this is Mike Plackey, Plackey Physical Therapy, and I want to talk about the core today. There's a lot of work out there being done by fitness professionals and physical therapists strengthening the core, and obviously that's important, but we have to make sure that the core muscles are firing in the first place. And I find that pretty much all of my back patients when they first come in, it's not that their core muscles are weak, but yes, they are weak, but they're not even engaging in the first place. So what we have to do is wake up the core, get them to fire, and then start to strengthen them. You can't start strengthening something that doesn't exist, right? It's like trying to improve the horsepower of your car engine by putting a turbocharger on it, but what you really need is the timing to be adjusted, right? You need the engine to function normally, and then you can start to improve on it. So let me show you an exercise I learned from Greg and Vicki Johnson at the Institute of Physical Art, and a way to wake up your core, facilitate your core muscles, okay? Now, the core muscles are endurance-oriented muscles. Theoretically, they should be working whenever you're upright to support your spine and protect your spine. They're endurance-oriented, so what we need to do is do an endurance-oriented activity to get them to fire in the first place. We're going to bring one leg up at a time. Now here's 90 degrees of my hips, my legs facing straight up toward the ceiling. I'm going to bring myself a little closer up to this, where my tailbone's in the air a little bit, and my low back is flat against the table. And what I'm going to do is just put both hands in front of my thighs and push very gently in that direction, up and forward without movement. Okay, so I'm lightly going to push, very lightly, and immediately I feel some shaking. And the reason I feel some shaking is because my core muscles aren't really engaged right now. And so what my body does is it looks for some muscle to do the work I'm asking it to do. So it's finding a different type of muscle that's more movement oriented and less endurance oriented. Therefore, this muscle is going to shake because it doesn't like to do endurance oriented activities like prolonged contractions like I'm asking it to do right here. So if I can hold this long enough, those compensatory muscles or substitute muscles for the core will get fatigued and give up, and then my subconscious brain will wake up my true core, and my core will be quote unquote activated, okay, and ready for the day, and maybe even ready for some strengthening. So I often do this with my patients to wake up their core, get their core muscles to fire in the first place before we start doing any type of strengthening exercise. Now as I do this, I'm actually feeling like I'm getting a stronger contraction than when we started, almost like reverse fatigue, because my muscles are waking up, my core is waking up more and more. Not shaking as much, breathing a little bit easier. So it might take a minute, minute and a half initially with this, but now I feel like these muscles are activated. I feel much more solid here than I did initially, less fatigued, less shaky. So I take a rest. So I've done my job on that with that particular contraction. I can take a breather here for 30 seconds or so. So then what I do is I repeat that with my hands crossed to get a slightly different angle. I'm going to do a cross hand contraction there as well. Now, there's more to this exercise than what I just showed you, but these are the initial phases or stages that I show patients the first or second visit, just to get their core muscles to fire. So I'd probably do a minute or so here, relax, a minute or so here, relax. That can be done, in the morning, maybe a couple times throughout the day. After you've done that, your core muscles are much more active. Theoretically, you're much safer with your back as you go out into the world and do your daily activities. Theoretically, you might have a little less pain, a little less achiness in your back. I know for me, I do that in the morning, I feel great all day with my back. If I didn't do it, I might struggle a little bit. So it is a great exercise. Got to wake up your core before you can get on with your day, especially before you start doing any type of aggressive core strengthening. Got to get your core on board in the first place. Thanks for watching. Go to my website, www.plachypt.com, P as in Peter, L-A-C-H-Y, PT as in physicaltherapy.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.